there is no normal month with your finances ever. Every month will be an exception. Oh, well, next month when, and then next month something hits, same thing happens. I told Julie one time we moved to Texas and we had our first real job. She was saying, when can we buy a couch? And I said, well, when we have like a normal month, we'll buy this couch. And then a couple days later, or I think she may have even called me on it and just said, that's not, you're basically saying we will never buy a couch. And she was right, because there really isn't a normal month. So just accept that you'll go over in categories. And if you're habitually going over, you need to either give yourself more money in that category or accept the fact that you do that. But everything's still zero based. Every dollar is still accounted for. So when you draw down on those funds that are spoken for, you replenish them as soon as new funds come in. Okay. It can be done with envelopes. It can be done with paper, pencil. It can be done with a spreadsheet if you're handy with those. It's just mathematically a little trick, basically. Now, let me see how I'm doing on time, and then. Okay, yeah. This final rule is actually the first rule, but I didn't want to kind of like scare people. I'm going to actually change how we market it on the site, because I think we're scaring people away with the first rule. But the first thing we'll do, or what I want everyone to get toward with this, is to where you live on the prior month's income. We call it stop living paycheck to paycheck. That was my moment of genius for a creative name for Rule 1 was stop living paycheck to paycheck. But that's what it is. It's stuck. So the basic. Well, we'll talk about it from 3 different points of view. One is how you would get there, right? How could I get to where what I earn in February I spend in March? What I earn in March I then spend in April, and on and on. It's just a timing difference. It's not, you're not earning any more money, it's just all about timing, okay? And what you do is address, it's just a sprint for a short period of time where you cinch the belt really tight, you sell stuff, you do whatever you can to raise more money, and you just don't spend money on anything, and you just don't touch those paychecks. It's a scramble. It might take you a couple months to actually get there because you'll be squirreling money away to use, but it's just an all-out sprint for a short period of time where you don't touch the current month's paychecks, and then the next month comes and those paychecks are available, and now forever and ever you're in that different cycle where you're a month ahead, and that is key, and it's the hardest part about the methodology, but it's worth the most. So if I have this other envelope that says next month. So when I make money, I always stick into the next month category, and then just go on my way. So we just stick in that month category, and then we do our normal thing. When the new month rolls around, I take the money from here, from the next month area, I pull it out, and then I put it into these different spending or savings categories. As the month goes on and I'm spending from these, I'm refilling the next month envelope, okay? And so it's just a cycle, right? The normal cycle for people when they get a bill is maybe something like the bill arrives and you think, you open it, you maybe feel like, oh, shoot, or whatever. And you think, okay, when can we pay this? When are we going to get paid again? Oh, it'll be Friday. Right, so you look on the calendar. Friday's here. When's this due? Okay, good. Well, it's not due until Tuesday, so we're fine. You set it aside. Another bill comes in. You go through the same. When are we paid? Well, how much was that other bill? How much is this? Doing this mental math where you're way off. And you're like, okay, we'll be just fine. And another bill comes in, the same process again and again. And a lot of times you'll see that old bill that you already went through this whole mental exercise of when am I going to be paid, when can I pay it? You'll see it, and you'll still do the same thing again. Oh, what did I decide? When am I going to pay that? And then, after all that time, you still can't pay it. And so you're constantly doing this mental exercise where you do nothing, except eventually you do the same thing again, which yields, again, absolutely nothing. It's a completely fruitless exercise. It just adds stress and yields nothing for you. Now, if you're living on a month, if you're living a month ahead, where what you earned in February you're using in March, then you've got this, this envelope for the next month is that money's there because you've already set it. You've taken it from here. You've set it in those categories. So when the cable bill comes due, you pay it, or you set it up on auto pay and never even see the bill, and it just pays. And when you do your your reporting of transactions and all that, you can see your cable bill came through and everything will be fine. But the actual process of just paying those bills is just taken care of. The money's there. You don't have to go through that whole, when does it due? It's a complete waste of time. You can batch all your bills together and just pay them on one day of the month. The first day of the month, just take care of all of them, and you're done. That right there will probably save you 3 hours a month, at least. Just being able to batch process all your bills and not worry about them. The other thing is, if you're on a variable income, which a lot of people, when I say, oh, well, I teach people how to budget, they'll come back and say, oh, I can't budget because I'm on a variable income. And then it's kind of like, that's their trump card that they play down. And I play my Rule 1 card.